Now, this topic is about women who hide their boyfriends on social media. You know, I did a video maybe a couple months back. It was about this white IG model who posted on Valentine's Day a picture of her and her black boyfriend. And she sort of like revealed him to the world, so to speak. Right? And what she was saying was that um, she basically was like, she was just ready to put it all out there, even though that, people could not like it. And in the comment section, I noticed there were a lot of non-black men who felt some type of way about it, right? And what I noticed is that either women are hiding their boyfriends nowadays, or they are ashamed of them, or they just want to have an audience full of thirsty men. And they know that if they start posting boyfriends, those likes are going to go down, those comments are going to go down. And because it's their business, they tend to keep the boyfriend off of it. But I'm telling you right now, if a dude had a Instagram page and he was getting a bunch of thirsty comments from women, I'm pretty sure that girls will want that guy to post them on their page just to let other women know he's taken. They're not even putting these guys' name in the bio anymore. You know what I'm saying? Only time they put the dude in the bio is probably if they've been together for a while, probably had a rocky relationship, but she realizes the dating, being single ain't the move. So she goes to try to, make sure that she put that there so the guy doesn't get jealous. Because, women, they date jealous men. And those jealous men have a hard time allowing those women to just be separate and do their own thing, right? Now, they will say, well, they're keeping this, off social media, right? But again, you're going to have men who are DMing you. You're going to have men who are commenting on your posts. And a lot of times the women don't really say nothing. They probably don't even tell their boyfriend. Maybe they show them the DM messages. Who knows? But you can't expect to have a career on social media and not get attention from guys. You know what I'm saying? Now, also what I notice is that the only time that women will tell you that they have a husband or a boyfriend is usually if a guy tries to get at them that they really don't like. I've literally had women tell me that they lied about being in relationships because going on, Joe, because they don't want certain guys talking to them, picking and choosing, whatever. But what I want to know from women here: have you ever had to hide who you were dating in order to not, call attention, too much attention, as far as God, not to lessen the attention that you will get? What's going on, Jessica? Yeah, it's all about the fantasy. It's all about guys believing that you're single and available. And when I did that video about the IG model, and I went in the comment section, I noticed there were a lot of angry simps. There were a lot of angry simps that she was with this brother, and it's almost like they felt like because she didn't have any pictures of a guy, she was single and available. Because you know how certain guys, they'll be telling her how they want to marry her, they want to date her. It's the same thing with women, man. Women have these fantasies about these rappers, man, these athletes, they follow these guys, they comment on their posts, they believe in what they're seeing, you know what I'm saying? So, but but hold on, it's not just the Instagram models. It's women on Facebook, regular women. It's regular women too. You got regular women who are not showing you who they're dating. Shout out to Raiders 48. They're not showing you who they're dating because they like the attention that they get from the guys that post on their posts. Their boyfriend don't even know they got a Facebook. Okay. Yeah, she'll be riding in the passenger seat. She'll make sure that the camera angle doesn't, you don't see who in the driver's seat. Like you don't see who's in the driver's seat, you know? They'll pull that. But I'm just like, what's the point of that? You know, you claim that you don't want these guys hitting you up, but then you don't say, "Hey, I'm in a relationship." You only say that if you get caught up in some drama, some BS. Then you all of a sudden you got a husband. All of a sudden you got a boy. Have y'all noticed that whenever a female uh gets into a drama with another woman over a dude, she'll instantly say she got a husband or a boyfriend. But you've been following her for about 2 years and you ain't never seen no post about her and no dude. But all of a sudden, out of the blue, miraculously, they have a guy. You know, you didn't even know that. You was just about to hit her up. And then she ended up posting a picture with her and this dude. And you like, what the fuck? You've been together for 4 years. I've been following you for 2. I've been following you for 2 years. How all of a sudden now you got a boyfriend? Because she done got caught up in some shit. And now she got to go out there and post about how she got a man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's no trace of a dude whatsoever. But then all of a sudden you find out she been in a relationship for about 6 years. And it's like, either this dude don't care what you do on social media. He's like, you can do whatever you want to do. Or you in one of those, you in a relationship with somebody else's man. You in one of those where he can't really control what you do. You know? You know? You can't really control what you do, you know, because that's he's not really your man, so he has to tread very lightly. Okay, he can't tell you how to handle what you're doing because he in his own situation. So he has to be very careful about how he approaches you as far as hiding your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But I think, listen, man, that's why I say, man, if you're a woman, you're in a relationship, even women in the workplace will do that shit. Like, you won't even know they're in a relationship at work until some drama start. All of a sudden, she got a man. Like, you didn't even know that. Have y'all ever worked with a woman and she never said anything about being in a relationship, and then you find out she was in one, like, for a long time, but, you done flirted with her, you done talked dirty with her. You done traded some pictures with her. And then you find out she has a dude and you like, oh, almost got me caught up in some shit. You know? I'm telling you, that's how it can be, man. If a girl likes you enough, man, she won't tell you she got a boyfriend. She not gonna tell you. She not gonna tell you she got a man. She gonna leave it up to your imagination. You know? Now I know, you want to have your relationship private. I understand all that, but if you out there flirting with other men, if you're out there talking to dudes on the phone, texting them, and they have no idea you have a boyfriend, that's on you. At least disclose to that person that you're with somebody. But nowadays, you have women who won't even do that. They won't even disclose. They won't even disclose that they have a dude and you've been talking to this chick for months. And you totally in the dark. You totally in the dark, not knowing what's going on with her. Because in her mind, she's looking for a way out. She's looking for an exit out of that relationship. That relationship is toxic. So she's taking applications while she's with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And she's building something with you while she's with somebody. You know? What's going on, Ill Wills? And she's building that rapport with you But if it goes south, you're gonna find out that she's already with somebody. So sooner or later, she'll probably tell you. She'll probably tell you that she's probably relationship is ending and shit like that. But then you find out it's totally different. That relationship is actually still very solid. You know, you do have that goes on. What's going on, Ricky E? Make sure y'all like the stream. Now, it's all about, you know, it's all about being able to read people, you know? You have to be able to read people. You got to be able to read, you know, really listen to what is not being said than more than what's being said. You know, when a woman tells you about herself and, you know, her life, but she's always speaking, she's always trying to keep everything in past tense, but you know that she's still linking up with this guy. She's still living with this guy. She's still very much so sleeping with this guy, because women get horny too. Women get very horny too. You know? And who they gonna get with? Like Megan Thee Stallion say, she gonna get with one of her exes. But if a woman's already in a relationship, she gonna get with the guy she's already with. Now she'll tell you differently, but you know, that's just game, you know. That's all that is. It's just game. Now I know that everybody has different experiences. I've experienced it all, man. I've experienced it all. I've seen chicks try to get over, try to sell me dreams, and you know, and it's like, see me, the older I've gotten, the less bullshit I've put up with them when I notice things the most. Like when I was in my early 20s, I was red pill as far as being careful with the women I deal with, but I was still sloppy as far as just dealing with chicks. You know what I'm saying? But because there have been situations where you got women who are literally married, still trying to sleep with you, will literally bring their husband around and will still be flirting with you. Like, I've been in those situations, you know. Yes, Jessica, it is raining here. I thought it was gonna be like a thunderstorm tonight, and I wouldn't be able to stream because the power kind of flickered a little bit before I went live. But yeah, it's been kind of rainy here all last week for the most part, mostly last week and this weekend. You know, sun come out, next thing you know, it's raining again. You know, but like the stream, people. Now, I have no problem with women looking to move on, but you got to be honest with people, especially the people that you're trying to date, because if you're bullshitting them, they're gonna find out eventually. Especially if their perception skills are good. If you have terrible perception skills, you're gonna get played like a fool. You're gonna get played like a fool. You know. There are guys I know that will say they're red pill all day, this and that. They can read this and that, but I will see them getting played. I can tell by the woman they with. You know, don't mean I'm gonna sit up there and be like, "Hey man, don't do this, don't do that." I'll be like, I give them advice, but I'm not about to sit up there. Sometimes you got to learn on your own. You know, you can give people advice, but you gotta let them learn on their own. You know, the best way to learn is on your own. I've had to learn some of the harshest lessons on my own. You know, that's how you learn to not make that mistake again. You know what I'm saying? You got to be honest with ourselves, people. And women, if you are not putting up your relationship statuses because you want to keep things private. I understand that. But you're going to get people messaging you. You're going to get men trying to hit you up. You know, that's going to happen. You know, but if you're trying to like date one of these guys and you still not being honest with them, that's fucked up. Because let's say that things get better with the guy that you're with. That dude is going to be left, you know, hanging. He's going to be left, you know, out to dry. While you move on with your life and you and your guy settle things, the dude that you basically time you've been wasting, what is he going to do? You've been wasting his time for months, you know? And now he's going to feel some type of way. He's going to feel used. He's going to feel like a sucker. And I think I talked about this in the last stream. You know, you definitely don't want to deal with a woman who's comparing you to her ex-boyfriends or even ex-husband. You can't win that. You know, you can't. Because he gonna be in her ear telling her not to fuck with you, that they should be together and all this. Y'all know how these guys do. These guys who use these chicks up until they don't hit the wall. You know, play with their emotions, make them believe that a relationship is gonna blossom and it never does. And then they become bitter. They get on social media. They like to dog men out. You know, they like to make it seem like all their bad relationships are because of the men. But you know, they choose, you know, the wrong guys, and they didn't take the time to really look at the fact that you allowed these guys in your life instead of being able to walk away. I know it's hard to walk away when you've built a life with somebody, but are you gonna waste your life? Are you gonna waste your life trying to make it work if you don't think it's gonna work? I can sense though when a woman has a man. Like, you can kind of tell because women can be very flirty, right? The flirtiness will be on and off. Like, they'll be extremely flirty one minute, then it'll be like standoffish the next. It's almost like, you know, they've had, you know, a discussion with someone about activity. You know? Like the flirtiness will be on and off. Or the thirst trapping will be on and off. They'll be thirst trapping one day, next day they're talking about relationships and, you know, issues in the world, you know? But not their own, of course. Not their own. Let's see. All right, people. Call in, speak to me for a little while. All right. Speak to me live. I hope y'all get notifications, man. If you haven't, click the notification bell. I'm gonna start, because I didn't do it tonight, but I'm gonna just start posting videos on IG, promo videos. So if you're on my Insta, you should be able to see that. I did that a couple times. It seemed like it worked. What's going on, Yiba? So y'all call in on the topic, man. And speak to me, the host, Jada Black, JDB. So, righty. Because, I mean, that's what it is for, Cat. Social media is to be social. That's why I say, you know, the internet and, you know, social media itself is a gift and a curse, because we've seen what people do with it. You know, when you give something like that to dysfunctional people, they will make the worst of it. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on? Yo, what's up, man?
Huh? What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Man, I had this situation like this when I was in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was dating this chick. She was like my roommate cousin's, one of her girlfriends or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we dated like the whole summer. But whenever we get into it or whatever, like at my apartment, I lived off campus. I lived by LSU, and she was at Southern. And
Mm-hmm.
like they like, I don't know if you know the geography of Baton Rouge or whatever, but they like way across town from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we get into it, it'd be like 12, 1 in the morning. And she'd always get this little simp nigga to come pick her up from my crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I was like, what kind of nigga would go pick up a chick from another nigga crib? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
And like, at that time of night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it got to the point, like, I just want to see this nigga one time. I don't want to fucking fight him and no shit like that. I just want to see this little goofy ass nigga. You know?
Mm.
And like a lot of these chicks with this Instagram shit,
Uh-huh.
like you posting sexual pictures on the internet, having these conversations with dudes you do not fucking know from Adam. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all gonna fuck around and catch a stalker. You know what I'm saying?
They probably already
And they got a
that.
lot of crazy people out there on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody might want to do you something. I'm surprised no shit like that ain't happened yet. All them actresses and shit be getting it. Them singers, all of them got stalkers. And y'all don't got money for them private security and all that shit like them hoes do. But that's all I wanted to say, Jay.
All right. Well, I
Appreciate your time, brother.
All right. Thanks for calling in, man. Yeah, I don't think they fear that. And these guys, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're not really gonna stalk because these guys got whole families. They damn self. That's what's funny. Like a lot of the guys who are following these types of women, they have whole girlfriends and wives. Like that's what's funny about it. You go to their page, they got with their wife and kids. Like they ain't really single. This other person, they end up looking just like you. I don't know you. Probably, I mean, some people do look like each other. You get the right surgeries. Anybody else want to call in? Hit that line. Hold on, put it back in the chat. Yeah, you're right, Kat. That's why women should just, chill on, fucking with these guys' emotions, man, because that's what goes on. Um, you see one side of them, but eventually they really show who they are. Um, they show who they are. That's why, if you're in a relationship, I think dudes respect that, you know. And because from what I understand, like I've heard that women don't post the guys that they're with because they say that it's the guy's ex-girlfriends that will get jealous and will start drama. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's for his sake, not hers. They're saying that women would want to post the guy they're with, but their friends, not friends, but the guy's ex-girlfriends will probably be upset about that. Maybe because the girl, you stole them from her. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I remember, not remember. Let's see when this was. A couple of days ago, I saw this lady. Like she never used to post any boyfriends on her page whatsoever. Now all of a sudden, she's posting this guy every single day. I know she took that nigga from somebody. I know she did. Unless he just got out of prison. One of the two. Okay? All of a sudden now you want to post this guy. Like what woman did you take that guy from? You must have been very patient. Okay. Very patiently went in and swooped that nigga up. Now you got every other photo you with this dude, man. You know, gotta be, you know, careful. Could be your ex best friend that with your dude, the ex dude. That goes on too. You got women that would trade in their own best friends just so they can get the girls basically her leftovers. Because you know there's a lot of sharing that goes on. There's a lot of sharing that be going on. And that is why I have spoken about that. I've spoken about the mass sharing that's going on. There's a lot of sharing that's going on out here in the dating market. You know, women taking, uh, getting not taking, but getting with guys who done been with everybody, done been all over the community. You know what I'm saying? So if the dude is swole, he just got out. Or I mean, it could be that Muhammad. Dude, I saw he was a little swole, not too swole. If he breaks up with you, you gotta take it. Yeah, that's what it is, cat. Like I'm seeing this girl, like she's posting all these pictures with this dude. Like, if they break up, then she's gonna have to meticulously go and take down all those posts. You know, I've seen it happen. Chicks will do that. No, they'll do that. You know, yes, J. Raquel, the mods do call here and there. They do call. Only mod I think that hasn't called. I think Unique hasn't called, but True has called. Ricky called. Ill has called. Um, Antoine has called. K. Nicole has called. Naima has called. Vern, I believe Vern has called. Yeah, man, like you got not only you got women dating men straight out of jail, but they're dating women who done been who that women are dating men who done date everybody in the neighborhood. Like he's basically for the community. You know how we as men say a woman is for the community? Like she for everybody. These dudes are for everybody, man. Or you did call Unique. When you call Unique, yeah, Vern is called. I think pretty much all my moms have called. B Friends hasn't. B Friends hasn't called. B Friends, have you called? I don't think you called. Mm, nigga said call, so okay. But my mom shouldn't be the only one like calling in and shit. Like, let's get some new people calling in. That's why I do it. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Medley? I don't know if I shouted you out. Or Muhammad, trust me, believe. I know that's going on. Make sure y'all like the stream, people. That's definitely going on. That's definitely going on. Okay, you know. That makes sense, J. Raquel. That makes sense. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the dude is temporary. You know, they with a temporary guy until they meet. But how long will it take you to get that husband? It may take a while to get that husband. You know, it may take a while to get that husband. So are you just gonna be waiting patiently? You were waiting patiently to get that husband. That's what it seemed like. Seemed like it's gonna be a lot of patiently waiting going on. But that's the thing. Like, honestly though, if I wasn't making content, I wouldn't even be on social media. To be honest with you, that's why I don't post a lot of pictures of myself. But I would never hide uh, any type of dating situation because, you know, to me, if you really care about somebody, you're willing to share at least one experience with that person. Not saying you have to, but because I'm on social media, I probably would. But it wouldn't be a regular occurrence, no. It wouldn't be a regular occurrence. Someone I know FaceTime they man in prison. I was really they FaceTime in prison. Well, you know they got plenty of phones in jail. A lot of them dudes got cell phones and shit. So cell phones, internet. Let me see. I'm trying to get this phone line back up because the computer went off. Let's see. See if I can get this. Up. But oh yeah, let me address something real quick. You call Severe. Well, this you might have to call back in. Well, Severe, you just called in, didn't you? Yeah, I think you just called in. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. See, I'll call back in. Yeah, 803-767-4101. This isn't going to be a long show. I was debating whether I was going to have one, but I wanted to at least put this up. Now, I know a lot of times when we deal with people individually, like I don't know who I was discussing it with. I was discussing this with somebody. And we was talking about how people don't talk to each other anymore. You know? And I think we discussed how people just don't interact with each other anymore. And I think I was talking to an older lady. It's talking about how we don't interact with people anymore. Like people just they don't. They're literally the Walking Dead. Like I seen a meme where people were like these teenagers. I think they were teenagers. They were literally their face were in their cell phones and they were walking down the sidewalk, and they literally looked like the Walking Dead. It's like there's no interaction whatsoever, and you wonder why we can't build connections with people. We can't build those connections because people don't know how to talk to each other. That's why when I get on here and I interact with y'all and I speak to y'all when y'all call in, is because a lot of y'all probably are not used to speaking to people, voice wise or in person. All day you just talk to people through text messenger. You know what I'm saying? You may talk to your best friend on the phone, but new people, you don't. And let me tell you women, no, you women, I ain't want to sound like a straight up idiot, but I want to tell a lot of you ladies something. Your ex-boyfriends, they like when you are, basically antisocial because they know that you're not going to meet another guy. And because they're able to control who you're dating based off of your own actions, based off of you only seeking to be in a comfortable zone. And because you're in that comfortable zone, you're not going to get out of it. And he's always going to remind you of that. So your life is passing you by every single day because you're afraid to step out of that zone. Just like guys who are afraid to talk to women or afraid to approach women, it's because they're comfortable not, dealing with interacting every day, So it's easier to just stay in a comfort zone, and to be around the people that know you. And these guys use that to their advantage. This is why you end up stuck dealing with them up until when they no longer want to deal with you. And you only realize that once, they've completely moved on, they're not even talking to you anymore. They don't care what you're doing. And now you're bitter and angry. You're in these comment sections, talking cash shit, talking about you're gonna hop the fence, that you're gonna level up, because you realize that you've wasted so much time on guys who didn't appreciate you and basically were able to manipulate you in a way. But you did it to yourself because you shouldn't have listened to them. Interact with people. I mean, it should never be hard for a woman to interact. I'm telling you. It should never be hard for a woman to interact. It's the pressure's on the men. Men have all the pressure on them. Women should never feel pressure to interact, unless they're trying to interact with men who, unfortunately are out of their league. Men who are considered the higher level of society, they have more women approaching them every single day. They're getting attention from different women every single day. You know. Well, medley. I mean, you don't. I mean, putting yourself out there and, like, I would say, striking up conversations. Just not being so standoffish. It does the world a bit. It does you a bit of good. You know what I'm saying? It definitely does. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna wait till you're 40, 50? Like, we have access to all this information. As far as being able to connect with people. There's a lot of that unique, a lot of fake, happiness. There's a lot of fake happiness going on. You can see it because they'll post a message about improving. Next minute, they're making a subliminal post to their ex, and it's like 10 of those. So no, they're not on that. All right, join the social club, or you can call in and speak to me live. Call in and speak to me live. I mean, being in a comfort zone gets you nowhere. It doesn't. It's like, we got to take risks because, trust me, men will always have more pressure on them than women. Always. It's always harder for a man to approach a woman. Trust me, it is. It's very ballsy, Really, Cat, that's interesting. That's interesting. See, thing with me is like, what's a number? There's a number medley. You know? Shout out to everybody that's here. You just gotta do what makes you happy. Abby, I see you. What's good? I know it's how dry conversations are when talking on the phone. Conversations can be dry if you have nothing in common. And, I'm not the type of person to like to talk on the phone a lot myself. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather, video chat and just here and there. But I'm not a big phone I'm not a big phone talker myself. You're live with Jada Black. What's up? What's up, man?
Yeah, so basically, some of these women, they're antisocial,
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
So they need their girlfriends or mom, auntie, or whoever to approach someone to talk to, or a man, or whoever they're trying to talk to. So they just look good. First of all, that's it. They're antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have no personality or nothing. The only thing they got is a cute face.
Well, some, because some of
You
these
know?
other girls don't. You know, you got some that's not very cute in the face. You know.
Yeah, there's some with not no cute face, but you have to understand, like, men don't have no standards. So it don't matter how she looks. As long as she has a
Trust me, I
vagina
know
between
that.
her legs,
Trust me, I know
she
that.
good to go.
Listen, I see who some of
She
these guys
good.
date. Yeah, I see who some of these guys date, man. You know, so.
Yeah, so these men, I'm on Instagram looking at these obese women, like not too far from a heart attack, have a bunch of followers.
Yeah.
Obese, plus size models.
Yeah.
These women could be like linebackers or the size of a refrigerator. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. But they got
And
fans.
us men gotta be in shape and look good.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks for letting me call in.
All right, thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's see who this is. You're live with Jada Black. What's up? What's up, man?
Hey, yo, man. Yeah, I just wanted to get on that topic. Yeah, first of all, man, to be honest, dog, chicks, man, they really have no, like, self-worth or no self-esteem whatsoever. If you do some shit like that, like you hide your motherfucking boyfriend to appease to some, like, just for some likes, like, for some likes and some attention, and maybe some, well, not maybe, some DMs, you know what I'm saying, some stuff like that. It's like, come on, man, like, where, you know, it's just back to that, you know, Aisha Curry thing, man. It's like, you know, sometimes, man, as a man, there's nothing you can do to help out some of these women. You know, you can be a great husband, great boyfriend, whatever, provider with everything she needs, and she still needs something extra, you know, and those type of girls, they have like no self-esteem or no self-worth, you know, and it's like, I don't know why, you know what I hate though,
What's
is
up?
with the girls of this generation, is like, they will have pictures with their boyfriends. Let's say they do post that, the girls that hide they dudes. Let's say they do finally post they dude. They'll put a fucking dumbass emoji over his face or some shit. And I feel like that's so childish. I mean, I see grown women doing that shit, like 30 plus doing that shit. I've seen a girl, every time she posts a picture with a dude, it's always that. And it's just like, why the fuck you hiding this nigga? Like, is he wanted by the law or some shit? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that, especially during like the early years of Instagram. Chicks will they block the guy they with face out so nobody see it. Like, who are you hiding him from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna stalk him or nothing, or unless you're his exes. You don't want his exes to see him with you, because that's all I can chop it up to.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Like, I feel like Instagram is ruining women because, like, these chicks, they will do anything. Like, but you can always tell, like, the chicks that always look like they're alone. You know, usually they got a nigga. Because I mean, let's be honest, a girl's not really. I mean, yeah, there are girls that pay their own way for shit, but a girl's not really gonna be always paying her way to getting VIP at the club and sitting at the motherfucking VIP section and shit. You know, it's just like that Drake song that had that little intro with that dude. He was just like, if your girl is always sitting courtside every game, best believe she fucking somebody on the floor that's on the floor right now. And that's real talk, bro. Like, all these chicks that think they slick doing that, trying to get attention and stuff. Like, we know you're not paying your way for all them places to get to and all them get dinners and shit. You going with some nigga or some old head that's paying his way for everything, your way for everything. You know what I'm saying? This is how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, you good. You good.
Yeah, I just wanted to just to finish up, man. Just to say that I like your videos, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, man. Salute to you for the call, man. Appreciate it. All right, shout out to the caller. See who this is. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
I just wanted to chime in, just another perspective.
Okay.
I know a lot of people that don't like to post their significant others because they don't want to invite a lot of drama. into a relationship, especially if it's like brand new.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've noticed, like, you know, some girls they'll be dating a guy for like 5 years, and like, you know, and only when they get into a situation of drama they'll bring him up, or they get caught up with a dude. You know, they've been messaging a guy, and all of a sudden she's like, and that's it, and it goes left, and all of a sudden now she had a boyfriend for all these years, and he done seen the messages. You know, I've seen situations like that.
Yeah, I think that like nobody wants to like publicly take an L, and it, you know, except for when, you know, it's already public, and then it becomes, you know, a knockdown, drag out fest. But on another note too, like I think that Instagram is also ruining men like equally. I know I had a long conversation with an ex recently, and he was basically in tears because he's been chasing an Instagram girl who basically bled him dry.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
He's one of these guys who she's hiding up. These IG models hide their boyfriends for. One of these guys who be paying them money.
Yeah, he was shocked.
Oh
he
man.
he was like, I'm like, you're pursuing women who subsidize their lifestyles based on their looks, and then you're being shocked that there's not much more to them. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, but damn, that goes on, man. Like, that's why I'm saying, that's why these women hide their boyfriends or husbands, because they're getting money out of these guys. You know, these guys are donating money to them. These women have like Patreons and PayPals, and these dudes be sending them money and gifts. You know.
Yep, that is definitely going on. Great show.
Thanks for calling in. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. Shout out to young lady calling in. But damn, broski, we gotta talk, family. We gotta talk, man. Did you see? Did he see some nudes? Okay. Did he get the FaceTime? Did he get the video chat first before he gave any money? Like, good grief. If I was doing any type of, you know, advice sessions, I would definitely have to sit that guy down, and we'd really have to discuss what happened. What went wrong, fam? You know. Sheesh. Do I think Drake is a simp? I think Drake has shown simp tendencies, but that was I would say that's years ago. I don't think he has now. I think he's smartened up. That's why you never hear him having drama with women that much. But he has had, you know, simp like behavior before, absolutely. I mean, you getting a chick pregnant that you met for like one day. You having, you know, IG thizots put you on blast left and right, but that was a couple years ago, so he's kind of cleaned it up, you know. But damn, man, that chick taking money from this dude and giving it to her other dude. That's how these chicks work, man. They work as a team. He allowed her to do whatever she want to do. He be taking the pictures. He be taking the pictures and the videos, and she be getting the money out of these simps who are following her. Okay. That goes on, people. Yeah, a porn star. Yeah, he got a porn star pregnant. And he had only known her for like a day. I think he only known her for like a day or two. Yeah, but these boyfriends be behind the scenes too, and he be working right along with these chicks to finesse money out of these guys, and they don't even know it. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
It's Medley.
What's going on, Medley?
I just wanted to talk about when you mentioned that one of the callers mentioned that women tend to be antisocial, and I don't necessarily agree with that point because I think for some women, older or mature or wise women, it's really hard to find people who can hold a conversation of
Right.
substance, and it gets kind of discouraging.
Well, I mean, because a lot of people they don't care about current events. They don't care about politics. They don't talk about what's going on in your local communities or when it comes to relationships. You know, like people don't care about those things. They just care about who's doing what and going shopping and being able to post just post what what just be all for attention, not necessarily for information. So we wanted less information and more of attention and validation. So they don't really care about information and holding conversations. And also you have people that if they are attractive enough, people won't care about their conversations. You have that too.
And that's a problem, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like I'm easy on the eyes. So sometimes if I'm out and I'm engaging in a conversation with a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I'm just out. I want to have a conversation. Like they're just completely, it's Charlie Brown. They're not paying attention. They're just looking for a window to get in there and get what they want. And it's like it's not always like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some women actually just want to go out and have conversations with people and end their day. But it's difficult.
Mm. Well, that's the thing. Like, see, I'm all about information and being able to know as much as possible. I've always been a curious person as far as finding out things. Like, and I pride myself on being able to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other people pride themselves on looking the best, fashion wise, or being in the gym. Like, I'm not saying that those people can't hold conversation. They probably can, but you know, um, not everybody is gonna be good at everything. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, looks to a certain extent are important, right? Because that's what attracts you to the other person. But it's fleeting, right? And once I get past how you look, like, can you really talk? And to another point, I also wanted to say that sometimes I also don't, well, right now, I don't like engaging in relationships, not just with men, but with women, having friendships because I'm more aware of my own dysfunction and my own
Uh huh.
childhood traumas. And I don't want to project that onto somebody else.
Uh huh.
And I don't want to cause issues onto someone else's life before I've addressed my own issues. So it's
Well,
not,
yeah. Well, let me just
got to
ask you.
work on them before they work on relationships.
Yeah. Well, what kind of conversations like are you looking for, like in general?
I mean, we can talk about like prison reform. We can talk about the education system. That's stuff I'm passionate about. I'm from the Bronx, so anything like Bronx related. I know they're building a prison, unfortunately, in the Mott Haven area of the Bronx, and that's become an issue for the residents.
Uh huh.
Like things like that, things that affect the community because community is important.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we agree or disagree, it's important to have conversations.
Well, you have guys out here though who, when they meet a woman, they're interested in, sleeping with her or dating her. They're not interested in having good conversations. You do know that, right? There are guys that are just interested in like, just hooking up. They got guys that just want to hook up. They may now some of these guys may not be direct about it. That's maybe what the problem is. They're not being direct. They're trying to beat around the bush instead of just being honest about their approach. So that could also be why the conversation suck because they're trying to think on their feet instead of just being direct about.
I mean, yeah, being direct is always better, but then I mean, it's off-putting at the same time. And then I don't know, I feel conflicted because I'm a single parent, I feel like I'm not. I carry a lot of insecurity, and I think that affects the way I approach the people around me too.
Okay.
So I mean, this the work in progress, right?
Yeah. See, that's the thing with me. Like, I like being. I like to have a conversation with a woman that can hold a conversation. Like, yeah, I don't want to have a conversation when I'm talking about some real hard issues, and you're sort of tuning in and out, or you don't know what to say, or you want me to give you all the answers. Like that can be off putting as well because that lets me know I'm dealing with somebody who's intellectually lazy. You know, and doesn't
Yeah, I
listen to what I'm
mean,
doing.
some people just don't know what they don't know. And I think it's also settings, right? I don't think I put myself in the right place because I was at a bar talking about how colonization affected the Caribbean.
That
And the
might,
dude was just like staring at me like, are you serious?
yeah, that might
But
not
I
have been
mean,
the
that's
right
what
place.
I'm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it might not have been the right place. Yeah.
it might not be the right place, absolutely. But like, what are we talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just conversations flow, Yeah, I mean, the conversations flow. You gotta let the conversation flow. You might be talking about sports, then you start talking about, then it may flow into dating, and then it may flow into, getting together. It just you gotta let it see how it flow. But if you're not feeling the guy, then it ain't gonna go. The conversation ain't gonna go nowhere. If you're not feeling it, it ain't gonna go nowhere. So no matter what he say, it still ain't going nowhere.
I mean, but can men and women have conversations and just be platonic? Does it have to go
I
somewhere
mean,
else?
it
Because I'm not
happens.
necessarily in the place.
I mean, it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't. I mean, it definitely happens. But but there are guys that's looking to. He's thinking about smashing. He's not thinking about whatever it is in that moment. But he got to be honest. But there are guys that will sit and have a platonic conversation. Absolutely, they won't have it. It just depends on. Is it a platonic relationship about getting together, or are you just talking in general? He's just filling the space, because you don't want to be. You definitely don't want to talk to nobody who's just filling space. You know what I'm saying? Like he just filling space. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but let me challenge you on that because if we're in a public place, right, and we always complain about people on technology and not interacting with other people, then why not have just, a conversation for the sake of having it in that moment to fill the time or the space, right? Doesn't necessarily mean it has to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's the thing. Like, let me tell you something though. Good conversations could lead to other things too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just depends on the mood. But I mean, two people can't have general conversations. I've had general conversations with women before. When I've been out and about. I've been in a line at a store, or I'm walking around like. Even when I was in like college, I had just have conversations here and there to feel people out, just see what their mind at. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't want to talk to no dumb person. Like if you're dumb, I'm gonna walk away.
Some people can't help that, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, you gotta see.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Jimmy. Have a good night.
All right, thanks for calling in, Melly. I appreciate it. Shout out to Melly for calling in. Yeah, I can't talk to no dumb people. When I see dumb people talk in videos or on TV, it irks me. So imagine me talking to somebody and they have no conversation skills. Oh God. It's like what the fuck? Where you just sitting in a room all day? Like, come on, man. All right, people. Salute to everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out to everybody that has liked the stream so far. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one up. I may take it down. I don't know. I'll know probably after I done did what I'm gonna do. But there's a call. Hold on. I'm gonna take one more call. This is it. All right, you're live with Jada Black. What's up? Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, man, it's Justin. I think I called about a couple weeks ago on one of your live streams.
Yo, what's going on? What was your name?
Justin from Florida.
Oh, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much, man.
All right.
I wanted to talk about your topic about women hiding their boyfriends to Appease S.I.M.P.S. It's true. I'm not on Instagram anymore, but the time I was on there, you go on these Instagram models' profile, you see nothing but all these. I don't understand these guys. Just, you're so beautiful, baby. You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Your hair. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, and what's funny that some of these guys will have girlfriends and wives. Like they'll have picture of their girlfriend or wife in their profile pic, and they're in their comment section saying this shit. That's one of the
I
worst
seen it
things.
too, man. I'm like,
yeah.
I seen it too. I'm like, dude, this is just, you got a girlfriend, but you're on this other girl that you're never gonna talk to. Just gassing the head up. But anyways, I just want to get a call in. I don't want to hold the line up or anything.
Okay. All right, cool. Joseph, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in again.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Shout out to Joseph for calling in. Yeah, man. Yeah, the behavior I be seeing, and what's funny is that you'll leave a comment. Like I know I used to do this a couple years ago. I would leave comments like criticizing her, and some of the dudes will hop to the defense with a cape on. Now, Jessica, you say he's white, and I think that's a brother, Jessica. You know, brothers talk a little proper too, Jessica. Unless you know something I don't, Jessica. I don't know. Maybe you know voices better than I do. I don't know. Shout out to Faces by Pureness. Intellect and conversation ability are a must. Well, I appreciate that, Faces by Pureness. Yeah, man, I like to be around intelligent people. I can't be around dumb people. I just can't. Like it hurts my soul to just be in a conversation with somebody and they don't know shit. And you have to explain certain things to them. You know? You have to explain what's going on politically, what's going on in the UK, what's going on in France, what's going on in certain parts of South Africa, but South America, with what's going on at the border, technology. Jessica's hilarious, you know. Yami is a new person alert. Yami, what's going on? Shout out to the new people. I like to shout out the new people. New people, you get shout outs. If I've never seen you in my life, you're gonna get a shout out. Because that's how I do things here. We are a fam here. Not a family. Fam. F-A-M. Fam. You know? So we definitely we shout out the new people. If you're new here, you gotta shout yourself out. You know, don't be just sitting in the background, just, you know, like you be sitting in the club and not dancing, not on the floor, not talking to nobody. Listen, man, if I'm at the club, man, I might do a cold approach. You know why? Because I don't care. Like, it is what it is. If I get rejected, which probably won't happen, but you know, hey, I'm in the club, nigga. What do you think I'm there for? You know? You know? Yeah, Jessica, yeah, this is like your second time here, right? But you feeling like a regular, you know. You be leaving some interesting comments I'll be reading in the chat. And you from my home state. You know what I'm saying? You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Like social media became like a weapon towards men. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it has, because if you look at what's being posted about black men constantly being vilified, even by black blogs. But you know, black men, we're tough. We have thick skin. We deal with it. But black women,
exactly.
Even the same amount.
Even on Father's Day, a woman will say, "I'm the father and the mother." That will be posted on the shade room.
Yeah. Shade room be doing the most to put black men sometimes, and just
and the shade room is run by a homosexual man.
Pretty much.
He's the head.
Pretty much. Yeah. You got the baller alerts of the world, and you got some of these other ones too. I can't think of. FemaIes, I don't know if that's still operating, but yeah, man, it's they be putting brothers in a bad light sometimes, and it's just.
But it's not gonna change till women make like a better decision on choosing the right type of man to be with. And one woman gonna pick Cookie and Ray Ray and Jim Bug, it's gonna be a cycle. It's gonna be a repeat all the time.
Yes,
So
it is.
it's like the guy that's doing 8 years of college trying to be a doctor, he's gonna be labeled as he ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Cookie and Ray Ray that just got out of prison, that did 10 or 20 years, is gonna be labeled as a hero.
Yeah, that's why
So it's gonna be a repeat, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm red pilling these motherfuckers. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing. I'm red pilling these motherfuckers. That's what I'm doing. God damn it. And the ones that don't listen gonna get left behind. Facts. You know, that's what we gotta do out here, man. That's what we gotta do out here. Red pilling these niggas. That's what we doing out here. That's what we doing. I don't know if your call dropped off or what, bro. But that's pretty much it for the calls, though, broski. But I salute you for calling in. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Very good show. I appreciate the input. Come on, Naima. Like I said, man, if the people want in the alphabet community want to celebrate Pride, I mean, it is what it is. But people should be able to celebrate their straight pride too. Celebrate their straight pride too. The straight pride should be, celebrated as well. Okay. Let's make it equal, fam. Let's make it equal. Shit. Why not make it equal? Some guy at work gives good conversation, and I'm thirsty for it. I go to work with a pep in my step. Oh, really? Yiba? Really? So you have a pep in your step? I'm telling you, man, what gets a woman really moist is a man that she can learn something from, that she can listen to, and really just every day she knows that person is going to impart some kind of wisdom in them, and maybe something else. No, I'm just joking. They're having a straight pride parade, I believe, sometime soon. I don't know for sure. I heard they still gonna do it, Jessica. Now, cause they was gonna have an actual. They was gonna have Milo Yiannopoulos as the grand marshal of this parade. From what I see, Boston. Oh, I'm looking at the article now. It says Boston Straight Pride Parade is the most Boston thing that you can do. They need to go ahead and go for it with that. Do that shit, man. Do that. Go ahead, do that. Do that Straight Pride Parade, fam. Let's see it. We need to see that. It'll make these liberals and these idiots in the media. It will make them hurt inside. Shout out to Overdose. I appreciate the Overdose. Unique said, Jaye keep trying to leave, but we're keeping him as low as possible. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. That's why I had to shut the phone lines down. Shut it completely down. Make you think and laugh. That's what it's all about, medley. That's what gets women, feeling good. Intellectually being able to sex them down, That's the point, Severa. That was an idea. I think it was parody. I think it was a joke. Because Milo is known as alt-right, So, it was. I think it was a joke. And I'm not saying that that's what they were going to do. It was considered a joke. But I think it would be hilarious if they did that. I think it would be hilarious. I'm all for the hilarity of the lamestream liberal media. I think that they get triggered over everything, and the shit is funny. It's funny how just triggered by everything that they get. They get triggered by everything. Seem like. Nah, face not. Now, if I wanted to leave, I would have already left. But I wanted to make sure I got as many calls in as possible, and really speak to the audience. Jessica, I mean, yeah, call in next time, Jessica. Why not? Why not? I like when different people can call in. I wouldn't say I'm annoyed. I like when people call in. I let them talk. I'm not. I let them talk. To hear new people, hear perspectives. Everybody has their perspective. People see my videos, they be in the chat room, comment section, and just to be able to talk to the different people. That's what making content is all about. It's reaching people. Being able to speak to them and get to understand them.